Hello there everyone, this is Celtic Guardian 30 coming you to another segment of Phantasy Star 4 Part 6. Now that we have acquired a spaceship to get to the station of Zelan, we're going to head there right now. But wait a minute, you know what? For all the time I've missed, I do apologize for that. And for that, I got you guys a little treat. Now, one may ask, while I'm voicing myself here, where is me? This mysterious Celtic Guardian 30. I'm going to show you where I am in roughly about 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Here I am in all my gloriness. Now I'm just happy to see all you guys here, but I can actually become real serious in about a moment and also can be really goddamn mad, but no, I'm not like that. But here I am. Now, as we go to Zelan, we are first meeting here about the big android in front of us named Ren. And also, if you have noticed, I'm actually changing a lot of things on this video. Firstly, you saw me there. Thank you for the other applause. Also, secondly, if you notice on the right side of the screen, I'm actually changing the font and style of our information of each character. I figured it would be best this way while I'm giving out this guide. So anytime we're in outer space and sorry, I'm just losing my not mind but wording here. Anytime we're going to this place here known as the artificial satellite current, we will be using this kind of font on the right hand side. Any other places we go to, you will detect a theme. So if you figure out what that theme is, I'm glad you figured it out. Now before we leave the ship, we're gonna, not the ship, sorry, satellite made of Zelan, we're gonna pick up a few items here and there that we will need. Now, if you don't get the items first thing, that's okay. You can always come back to Zelan when you need to, or when you gotta do. You got it. All right. So as you can see here, Ren here is level 20. He has a lot of HP, but we're gonna play field to our formation. So on this side here, on the right, we're gonna pick up a plasma field, a pulse laser, and a canceller. Now canceller is going to be a key item here, so get that no matter what. Then on the side of the left here, we're going to pick up a plasma sword, a plasma claw, and a plasma dagger. Now these plasma weapons are a lot stronger than the laser counterparts, so we're going to equip Chaz with a sword. We're going to equip Rika with another plasma claw to be on the safe side, but we're going to keep Ren's defenses as good as it is, but we will play on the pulse laser when we get there. So after you collected all the items, you leave Zelan and we're going to head to the artificial satellite Curran. Oh, wait a minute, something's not right here. Uh-oh. It's showing that we have problems in the engine room. We got to head there now. What the hell are you? Alright, so for those that don't know what this is actually a short boss known as the Chaos Sorcerer. He only has 450 HP. One round of attacks will do the trick. So we're going to use Double Slash, Flare, which is actually a good non-elemental attack with Ren. Now Shadow Blend, that actually decreases agility. And Crosscut to finish the day. Yay, we're victorious. And also Rune leveled up and learned a very powerful spell known as Nafoi, which is the third and ultimate spell for all the Foy techniques. Oh boy, we really overdone ourselves now. The engine room is screwed. Shall we really? Well, Chaz is ready to get out of here. I'm about to enjoy a free crash landing in the safety of my own place. So yeah, crash the thing, why don't you? Alright, now that we made to going to the planet Desolus, as you can see on the right, I changed it to a ice cold black art font. So now you understand the themes. If we're out in space, it will be black and military style. Here in Desolus, it's going to be ice and cold, so it's going to look dark and creepy. If we're back to Motivea, we'll be going gold. How strange, it's raining machines. You, what on earth are you? Answer me, you bonehead. You destroyed an important temple. No, I'm not gonna voice. It's just something I gotta get off my chest. I think that's how this priest here would sound like. Who are you people? A girl with horns and a mechanical doll? And droid, the droid, whatever. Maybe I should do some voice acting sometime. Now I know this is just a random thought, but I'm gonna say leave it as is. You gotta leave where sleeping dogs lie, right? So now we're actually starting our journey here in the Raja's temple, as his name suggests, and we actually gonna have him recruit onto our party. Despite him being an odd bird and whatever, he's actually a really good healer. Because his job is actually a priest. And so with priest, he'll have a lot more restorative powers when using rest and star. And also he has a really good powerful skill known as Miracle, which does actually heal everybody, including androids. Now the reason why I'm saying that technically is because androids are self-repairing when they're walking. They can also use recover to regain almost all their lost HP. And they are basically can't be used by any technical points that requires magic to heal, which is not their scientific biorhythms and systematics, or have you. As you can see on the right side there, he is a level 25. And he's almost as, well, a little bit more stronger than Rune in terms of mentalness, but only for healing magic wise. Now Raja here is explaining that the snowstorm has been lasting 3 months on Desolus. While Ren suspects it could be something to do with the Desolus Climate Control Center, Roger suggests it's actually due to the dark feeling from the Garupberg Tower. So that's basically a spot we're going to go to sometime, but not quite yet. But we're going to stop in this little town of Rioon. A fun little town according to Raja, that he always goes there when he's actually trying to get to the village of Tyler. So we're just going to talk to these folks here, just for comedy bits and laughs here and there. But we're actually going to go to this pub right over here, and we're going to speak to the pub owner named Gowena. Oh, the damage of the store side? No. Garupera Tower? No. Want to know about Raja? No. Whereabouts of the spaceship? Yes, please. So we're gonna go to this shop here. We're gonna actually check and see what we can get. I guess we can't really get anything for Rune or Raja at the moment, so we're gonna head over to the armor side here. And there should be... Oh, yeah, there is something we can get for both Rune and... Well, I think it's just for Rune in general at this point. This Raja already has all the silver gear right now. The only downside to what I'm equipping on these is that it will increase Rune's defense greatly. The only problem is, it's actually going to decrease a little bit of his mentality. So his spells won't be as strong or effective, but will still make their mark. But at the same time, we're going to actually sell some old armor that we have here, like the Saber Claw. And also we're going to sell the Plasma Field since nobody uses the armament and Rune cannot equip it because it's too heavy for him. And I think that's all we can sell at the moment, so we're going to leave this area here and we're going to actually head to the village of Tyler. So we're going to take the left here. Well, first we'll talk to this dude. So he tells us that the village of Tyler is actually northeast. So we're going to head there now. And while fighting the battle plains here of Dezolis, we're going to encounter mostly creatures of ice elemental. So that's where the effect of fire comes into play greatly. But sometimes these enemies can be a little bit on the fast side, so we're going to play the safer defense. And there we go. Alright, after that little scuffle, we're going to head here to the Village of Tyler, and I know it's going to be lagging a little bit, but that's just only due to when in the original Phantasy Star 4 game that came out for the Sega Genesis, it had this little same problem too. So we're going to check over here. Yeah, nothing much we can use for the weapon side, but we'll get some stuff from the armor side for both Chaz and Rika. So sometimes in this one we're going to have to go a little bit back and forth just to get some equipment going. So we're going to sell things, buy things first, equip them, sell things, buy things, equip them, and so on and so forth. Because we're going to need as much defense as we can on this area. Alright, so we got Chaz already increased its defense on everything, so we're good. We can hear the silver mail. Then we'll do the same thing here, so the Psi armor, or Psi mail in this case. Then let's see, I have enough to buy at least one silver shield, then we can give it to Rune. So right now Rune has the highest defense of 136. His mentalness is down to 60, which is fine. We can work with that. At first I was thinking about selling the pulse laser, but I'm going to hold off on that because we will need it. So we're going to look around everywhere, and oh, we talked to these villagers here. They're complaining somewhat about the snow. We can understand that. Now, some people don't want to go outside because, well, being ice and all that, whatnot. But we're going to head to this house here. I think there's someone called the Old Man who will tell us everything. Well, tell us stuff here and there. Alright, so we're gonna make our way over to the grave, as it was actually, I didn't really thought of it much of it, but it was actually named after the captain. Alright, so we're going down here. This area is called the hangar. Now we're gonna look around here. There should be a little bit of items to pick up here, but on the same time we're fighting against some more creatures of ice. No, well, that's snow slugs. But I'm gonna show you how much healing power Raja has if we're able to do it in time. And not in this case. But Rika did level up, so she did power up. First thing I'm going to find is a Demade. Now, Demade, remember, it is a item that has the same effect as Gear S. So you're going to heal a lot more HP out of that. So I think I might hit a Rose by accident. But in this case, we don't have to worry about that. A Rose means basically much wake up. A Gyarotolix, so basically a pink frog. I think this one has a little bit, I think had a little bit higher defense, but we were able to strike it down 2 strikes. Now we're gonna hit here. Oh, surprise attack! Alright, we got a chance to fight first. Now we're gonna find a very useful piece of gear here for Ren. It's the Zerk gear, which is known as zirconium, which is, I think it's made of anti-heat metal. But I'm gonna show you guys their photos since I didn't do that the first time. Up to part 5 I did not show, but there you go. Now you know their stats. Alright, another Gyarotolix. Or Gyarotolix. Doesn't matter. We got him down. But now I'm going to actually equip the pulse laser over here now, actually. Now with the pulse laser, it gives Ren the choice to attack multiple targets instead of just one at a time. So this is actually going to come in handy for us when we're going back to fight any multiple enemies that are weaker or even things out. But we found the Landau. As you saw on my title screen, I did a fan art base of it. Now the earthquake you're seeing right there is actually not part of the game. I just put that as an effect. So anytime you're in the spaceport, always hit those yellow tiles. They will heal. Alright, now we're going to actually, instead of Karan, we're going to actually head to Motivea because we do have 2 more Hunter Guild missions to do first. Which is required to get to the last mission. As you can see, now we're heading towards the second planet of Motivea. The first planet was Parma, but exploded 1,000 years ago. And as you saw in there, it did change. I did change the sighting of the stats over to the right. And if you recognize the theme of it, you can comment below and onto this video. And I will say, if you get that correctly, pat yourselves on the back, because that is actually, by accident, a reference to the old TV show back in the 90s, A Family Matters. And that was actually a pretty good show back in the day. But here we're going to do multiple attacks. Actually, one attack that will hit multiple targets. Then we're going to actually head to the village of Ado, because that's where I had to get the missions done again. If you all forgot, and now you remember. But before I'm here, we're actually going to rest at Chaz and Alice's house for free. Alright, so just checking our stats here. Okay, so, just looking at the yellow sword that's been raised. It's so light. It's a toy. But that sword is going to be useful for a mission. I will not tell you what it is yet, but only when we get there. Alright, we'll head over here to the Hunters Guild. And we're gonna actually accept the first mission, which is known as Missing Student. One student interested in arcade has disappeared. Please find her. For 3,000 Mercedes. So we're going back to the town of learning, Paeta. So we're actually going to use runes Ryuka to get there. Now we'll get over to the domes and we'll get all the information. Okay, once again, we're going to head over to the town of Kaderi. That's where the cult was. But also, I forgot to tell you guys something, but I'm pretty sure you did see it on my items list. I do have something called a Peril Mate. That's going to come easy on this one. Will come in handy. And there's the student. And now we give her the Payroll Mate. We're going to head back to Paeta. Matter to ourselves. You care more about the reputation of the dorms and then your students? I say to you, screw you, jackass. Yeah, when it comes to dorms and students' responsibility of that school that the dorm is entrusted to by that same school, yeah, there's going to be some questions. Alright, now that we got that done, we get 3,000 Meseta. Alright, so the next mission we're going to do is known as a Fisher of Fear. So since they know about the town thing, so we're just gonna head there now since we're able to use Rico in town as well. I thought it was just outside of town, but no, we can use it anywhere as long as it's accessible. Alright, lady, we're gonna take a look out there. Alright, so now we're in the hold. And what a glorious hold it is. Okay, I take that back. Not so glorious when they've got Junior Oozes here. Now, this actually works out beneficial because, as you can see, Ren will actually stand in the middle. And thanks to his pulse laser, he can attack multiple targets at once. So it is truly a good weapon to have for him. So we're going to head over this way here, and now we also got some Zol Slugs. So Junior Ooze and Zol Slugs in here to watch out for. Boom, 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 boom. All three gone, done, deal. But we're gonna actually also equip him back to his plasma rifle, because now we're gonna fight a big boss area. So we'll need his power in that one weapon. Wait, no, you don't talk about children getting eaten by that damn thing. That damn fracked ooze. Alright, so we're gonna set up some skill attacks right away, and also I'm gonna set up a blessing with Raja. With blessing, since he has a higher mental power, he's gonna get more defensive value for those. So anytime if you think blessing and Debon where Rika's gonna work, it won't. It's gonna cancel it. If Rico is fast, then Debon will hit first, and then Raja with Debon. That means Debon will be negated by blessing, which means blessing's defensive value would be more higher than Debon's at all. But in case of an event that should happen, if Raja's blessing hits first, and then Rika's Deban comes next, then the blessing would be overridden by Debon and make our defenses weaker. So in other words, yeah, blessing's better than Debon. And we're taking care of that Fractu, so Chaz scales up by a level, and so does Ren. And Cheesy was eaten, but now he's okay, We got there in time. So we have to be taking the bones back and telling Eddie, sorry Eddie, your child just got eaten by an ooze. We tried our best. But she'll be pissed. She'll be mad. She'll be sad. And that hurt. Because they did a sneak attack on us. How dare they? So also there is that other skill I forgot to mention that Raja has, which is actually the most potent and most helpful skill, called Aerotraxia. Now Aerotraxia is a skill that allows Raja to actually restore all technical power to humanoids. So for someone like Rune, who uses magic frequently, this is beneficial. And also same with Raj when he's using healing. So this is actually the best skill in the game, in my opinion. Well, support skill, not attack skill. Alright, so we're going to try to get out of here as quick as we can, and we'll hopefully get out of there fast. Oh, okay, we got some more Zol slugs to fight. Now with these guys, we're not going to worry about how strong they are because they do very little damage. That's fine. Now we're going to head over down this side here to the stairs and we're out of there. Let's go talk to Eddie, then we'll head back to Aedo so we can collect our guild money. It's like that whole thing with it was a bad joke at the time. If you dug down the earth far enough, you actually go into another side of the earth, which could be a very, very bad idea. Because I don't think anything's going to happen except get burnt to a cinder by the earth's core. Either that or you'll be stuck down there, you might drown. Or get claustrophobic and have a panic attack and ding ding, you're done, you're dead, you're out. And yeah, that's actually a very bad joke. I do apologize. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to head back to Kadari, since that's where the spaceport is at. And we'll heal from there. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed watching this video, as more will come soon. This is Celtic Guardian 30, signing off.